So I'm definitely picking up on the line from the Notebook, and it's not about you choosing necessarily between two different people. I mean, kinda. If we're talking about the two different people kind of living inside of them, and also they feel like you're multiple different people because you're running so hot and cold on this shit. But what I keep getting is, what do you want? And then you being like, it's not that simple. And they don't understand why it's not that simple, and you don't understand why they don't understand. Yeah, nobody understands itchy nose. But what I'm kind of getting from this is you love them. You love them so effing much, it fucking hurts. Like, there is such a love here that even when it is kind of self-serving to push them like over the edge so they can just like hit the bottom, you love them. I know this sounds so toxic, but you love, well, I mean, that was the first thing out. You love them so much that you want them to hit that bottom because that's the second best place that they can be. I did notice bad habit on the bottom. Because if we're looking at this like a well, right? And they just keep teetering like this with whatever bad habits, codependencies they may have. It's like, oh, well, if I give them a little bit of attention, then they go up a little bit, but then that's gonna it's still gonna bob right here. They need to just, they can't have it. They can't have your love, and you want to give it. You want to give them your love so freaking much that you're, whatever we got to do, any means necessary, but I'm not going to feed this bad habit. We're not going to be bobbing in the middle, okay? Hit the bottom so you can get up and get the fuck out, because you can't come into my life. You can't be here if you're not ready. And that's why they're picking up on this hot and cold shit that's going on here. Because they can feel the love. They know you love them. They know you would much rather have them right next to you. But if you even sense that, like, oh my gosh, this is so, like, I just noticed too when it's closer look, nosy up in your business. They're trying to figure out what it is that you want from them. Because you're pushing them away, and then you're like, okay, well, like, I love you. I just want you to know I love you, but I'm going to have to love you from over here. So stay the fuck over there. Just know that I still love you, but also I'm mad at you. I'm just saying Jersey Shore. I just want you guys know that I didn't do nothing, so I'm mad at you. Heard you're mad at me, so I'm mad at you. I love you, but you can't be here unless you're really ready, like, to be here. You can't come in, you can't. Juggling the priorities. You are a priority to you, first and foremost. And if they haven't made themselves a priority in a good way, not a priority like I'm going to still be doing all of this, they can't be here. They have to stand on their own with you, next to you. You can't be a savior, but you love them and you want to be like helpful, but sometimes helpful hurts. You're not, it doesn't feel like you're going to be someone who's going to praise them for mediocrities. Because they went up, and even though you know that means they went up 2 notches, but they're going to go 4 back down. Like, you're not going to keep rewarding them on the scale here. They got to show up for themselves in a big way, or they're not allowed to show up for you in any way. So I love you, but you got to stay the fuck over there. But you don't know where they're at on that. That's what's really interesting. We have on the bottom elusiveness. And I'm also getting like aloof with this. Elusiveness, aloof with this. You don't know where they're really at because it doesn't feel like they've shown you in any kind of big way that they've chosen the dark side or they've chosen you in this life. Not like, oh, it's a choice between you and it's a whole, right? It's not between two different people, but who are they, right? You don't know who they've chosen to be inside themselves. And I was getting to in part one that there's something about like, well, you have enough personality to keep me occupied. They don't even have to get rid of all of their darkness or be only light to be in your life. That's not what you're aiming here. They just gotta show up for themselves. And we know when it comes to the dark night of soul, it doesn't mean that you get rid of all your darkness. You learn how to navigate in a way that is helpful and not harmful to you and others. Fuck you. I'm just picking up on you love them so much that it hurts to have to push them away when you don't feel like they're ready. And it feels like you'd know if they were ready if there was some kind of big gesture. And I'm not meaning like necessarily like a big outwardly, like something that you would know, oh, the apology. That's how you would know that they were at least already hit the bottom. Without some kind of apology, their ego is still in charge. It's not about you actually, it's not necessarily about you actually needing the apology and things will all be better. It's that when they don't give the apology, it means their ego is still in charge and they would do it all again the exact same way. And that's what it means to you. Without this, it means that they would do it all the exact same way. They don't have any remorse. You don't need them to suffer the rest of their life for it, but you need to know that they know not cool. Because you can't come in my life if you don't know that that shit wasn't cool. That's why you need the apology. So they can't come close to you without this. Let's do part 3.